Hey everyone, my name is Corey. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Murray Leadership Academy. The topic for today is God's warranty over you. Don't you know that the greatest thing that could ever happen to you is that you fall on your face, get up, fall back down, get up, fall back down, you get blamed, you do wrong, you do wronger, and that's not even the word. People create stereotypes of you. They judge you. They have created a whole new opinion of you. They have generated their own definition when it comes to your name. And you're probably wondering, how in the world is it that this could be the best thing? Now, I'm not saying that when you go out and you do wrong, that is absolutely okay. That's not what I'm getting at all. What you see when we do wrong, the only thing that we see is the wrong that we've done, the individuals that are affected, and if we have a heart or a conscience, or a heart and a conscience, excuse me, it can and will affect us deeply. When these things occur, we are looking at ourselves and we're thinking of ourselves in the lowest of lows. But this is where God is at his best. I've grown comfortable with individuals creating their own opinion of me. Why? Because I have gotten um, I've gotten clearance that although I do wrong, guess what? I'm still covered. Although I have done wrong, guess what? I'm still covered. Does this give me a green light to continue? Absolutely not. Um, I'm continuously making strides to make myself a better person, step into a higher realm than I was the day before. I'm going to be looking down at my iPad because I took some notes. Um, think about when you looked at a movie and you were so convinced that it was a certain person that committed the crime. And when you get to the end of the movie, the twist will just leave your jaw on the ground because you're saying, wow, I did not see that coming. Well, guess what? That is the exact same way that we are when it comes to our lives, and God when it comes to him actually taking us and creating us into the person that we're meant to be. What else do we have here? I used to loathe being around people who either knew my flaws, um, they knew my insecurities, they had their own judgments. In some cases, they were completely on the money. In other cases, I mean, the speculation was just out of this world. But the time had come when I had allowed these things to really, really incarcerate my mind. I allowed their judgments of me to become bigger than what I thought of myself. But listen to this. At the time, I didn't even know myself. So because I didn't know myself, I was everything everyone else said I was. And I accepted it because I had no comeback for it. None. I I allowed it to shrink me mentally. I allowed it to um, I allowed it to change my own perception on how I saw myself. All of this because I had no clue who I was. So you see, the identity, it doesn't just affect kids, it affects adults as well. When we are in a position where we have not discovered who we are, who we're meant to be, what the vision is that is for us, yeah, we're open game for life. One of the other things that I actually found myself doing was not only taking the opinions that people had of me and um, succumbing to them, but I made the opinions. It's like I made a cozy space of them in my mind. Like, you know what, you belong here. And after a while, I began to convince myself that everything that you're saying about me, you're absolutely right. This is exactly who I am. You have rewritten or written a definition of who Corey is, And this is who I'm living by. This is who I'm abiding by. And guess what? I would cower in the midst of certain people because I was convinced I am who everyone said I was, so therefore I'm not worthy. And then it came upon a time where I had to wake up like, no, absolutely not. You see, there comes a time where God says enough is enough. And he will separate you. Well, that means he's going to separate you. You go to jail, unfortunately. You get put in the hospital one way or the other. You break up with a boyfriend or with a girlfriend. You have a divorce. You get fired from your job. People just start talking to you. Places that you go, you could just never fit in. It just does not feel normal. But you see, this is when God is saying enough is enough. I don't even need my iPad anymore because now it's flowing. You see, when God says enough is enough, that means that it is now time for him to bring you in and break you down and get ready to repair you. The bringing in and the breaking down is the best thing and the worst thing in the world because we don't understand why we are how we are. And it continues to happen. And it can be so hurtful, especially when something in you is telling you, this is not who I am. Why am I doing this? Why can't I stop? When we are separated from our norm, the last thing you want to do is to question why? Or how long am I going to be in this situation for? No, the first thing you should be questioning is what am I supposed to get out of this? Well, why is that so important? Because it's something that's down the road for you that this situation is going to qualify you for. Think about it. If we take it back to the manufacturer's type of situation, when you read the manual and it tells you, don't use this device near water, is it giving you the reasons why? No, it's just telling you not to do it. Is it going to tell you what's going to happen? It may give you a hint, but it won't go into detail. The only thing it's telling you is what to do and what not to do. How to best use and how best to not use it. The only thing you should be trying to figure out is what am I to learn while I'm in the midst of this? Because there is something down the road that is meant for you to be in that your qualification is going to be determined here. Man, I remember when I was in school and my teachers used to pass me along knowing goodness well, man, that I didn't deserve to get pushed to the next grade. I didn't. Every single time I got pushed to the next grade, guess what? The behavior just continued. And what's worse is I knew that I was not supposed to be in the next grade. I knew it. But you see, I had no incentive to change because they just continued to push me along. Now, whether you blame that on unfortunate circumstances of being the child of a single mom with no father in his life or poor schooling techniques, whatever case may be, in either sense, I lived it. Now, thank God I turned things around. I graduated. But yeah, it was a situation to where I was spinning my wheels and not getting anywhere. The worst thing that you can do is leave out of something, not learn what you were supposed to have learned while you were in there. Get to the greatest breakthrough of your life. Get to the doorstep and find out you don't even qualify. It is the most hurtful thing. I would rather you not show it to me at all versus me getting there, seeing it, and then realizing that I don't even qualify to hold it. When God brings you in, he breaks you down. I don't know anyone who's ever been broken down and it felt good. He has to take parts out of you. He has to burn certain things off of you. It's never felt good. He has to solder things back onto you. That still doesn't feel good. Sometimes he even has to give you a new brain because the one that you were using, it just wasn't working out for you. For whatever reason, you just could not make the right decisions. So sometimes he has to give you a whole new motherboard. Yeah. Sometimes he has to change your source because that in which you were previously plugged into was causing you to drain and wear out much quicker than what you anticipated, much quicker than what you were made for. Sometimes you have defects in you and you get turned on when you're not supposed to. I'm gonna let that sink in. Sometimes you get turned off, or sometimes you turn off, or you fail to work when someone needs you the most. But you see, when God is finished with you, you are like new. And it does not matter what opinion that people had of you yesterday. You are presented as a brand new project. Or product, a brand new product. There is no trace of your yesterday. You know, God does this because you were never ever created to fail. Never created to fail. That's why every single time you mess up, he brings you back in, he breaks you down, and he fixes you and he sends you back out because you were never made to fail. Ever. If you decide to fail, it's because of your own careless use. Other than that, you were never made to fail. God designed you to succeed for the entire time you were in existence. Dude, when I first learned that, man, when the realization hit me that I was not designed to fail, I couldn't have been happier. You mean to tell me out of every single thing I am dealing with, every single thing that I'm going through, I'm not meant to fail? No matter how it looks now, I'm not meant to fail? No, I'm not meant to fail. No matter what they say about me, I'm not meant to fail? Nope, I'm not meant to fail. Even considering the circumstance I'm in now, I'm not meant to fail? Nope. I'm not meant. You guys are not meant to fail. Let me tell you why you're not meant to fail. Because there is something that you're here to do. That's the first thing. The second thing is this. And it's right here. What can I say? This is the real deal. God is not going to allow you to fail and that reputation to be on his name. He will scrap you as a product himself before he allows you to fail, and then it reflects him. He will scrap you himself. Know who you are. Know that in spite of your wrongdoings, you can be fixed. Know who you belong to. This is God's warranty over you.